Hey, my Taurus babies, what's happening? This is EJ from Taurota Tarot. I hope everybody had a good weekend. Hope everybody's staying safe. This is going to be the weekly update for Taurus. We roll in 15 through 23, Monday, June 15th through Tuesday, June 23rd. Yes, sir. We are at the middle and almost at the end of the month. Get the cards down. A reminder, I do my cards straight up. I don't do reversals. Yepper. Yeah. Okay, so our overall, the big cards, trapped in fear on the front end, change on the back end, awareness, positive movement forward, heartache and loss, forgiveness, centerpiece to stand your ground, emotional withdrawal, completion, environment, and love partnership. From the little deck, overall energy, trapped in fear, is pulling the Hierophant. That's our card. That's about commitment. Back end of overall energy, change with the Queen of Wands on top. Awareness pulls the Devil card, positive movement forward, pulls the Fool, heartache and loss, pulls the Star card, forgiveness, pulls the High Priestess, stand your ground, pulls the Knight of Swords, emotional withdrawal, pulls the Eight of Cups, completion, pulls the King of Swords, environment, pulls the Ace of Wands, partnership and love, pulls the Knight of Wands. Oh, bumpity fucking bubbo. Okay, so the changes over here, this little group of cards, this is Monday through the 23rd, but this energy can be any day. That's how we rolling. This Thursday, the 18th, Mercury starts running backwards across the sky. Mercury retrograde. That's 3 weeks of just shit going haywire. I can just kind of give you a heads up now. It's going to be the electronical shit. So cell phones, Sirius in the car or the truck, your hookup in the car or the truck, antennas, TVs, cable going out, dish ain't working, all that kind of shit. That's where this Mercury retrograde is going to put its focus. It really can't, I mean, to hell, it can't fuck up nothing else, so you might as well just get with the electronical shit and be happy about it. That's where we at with that. But this over here, this is not, some of this is not in the here and now. Some of this is from the past. And some of you, if you've not already encountered, you will be encountering exes. And I mean right out the gate with the Devil card on top of the awareness. It may be, and this is major energy. So for those of you that are into that twin flame soulmate whole shebang, this has got some of you in it. This is major energy. Some of you may be tempted to get back into a toxic relationship. Pow! I said it just like that. The difference this time is being aware. And there are ways, let me throw that out there. There are ways to untoxic the toxic. But you got to be very clear. Now, Mercury running retrograde, you got to be very clear anyway. So if this is something that you're thinking about doing, especially that twin flame energy, you know, where the chemistry is just off the charts, but when it comes to trying to put some shit together, it's a hot funky mess. Take your time. That is the best thing that I can say to you, because you're aware now. You know where the pitfalls are. You know where the bullshit is. And I know some of y'all are saying, are you telling us to get, no, I'm not telling you to get back into nothing. But I also understand how life works. So me saying something versus what you really gonna do might be one or two different things. So with that said, you are aware. If you're getting back with somebody, and if you really feel like it's got that twin flame shit, can't stay away, you need to lay out the ground rules for everything that you're aware of that could be a possible issue in the future. You need to lay out the ground rules. A lot of times with karmic situations, soulmate situations, twin flame situations. It isn't always about cheating or a third party. A lot of times it's just you ain't doing it because y'all are on two different pages doing two different things. So if you are considering keeping that bond with that person, you know what you're aware of, you know, you're totally aware. So you need to be very clear about how it is that you want to move forward. Now let me go back up here to the top. Overall energy, trapped in fear with the Hierophant, is just what the fuck we're talking about. So the focus, obviously, for a lot of you, and to be emanating this energy, is about commitment. And not just commitment, but how serious somebody is, how loyal they are. Those of you that know anything about Catholicism, nuns and priests are some of the most dedicated folks, and not all the negative shit. I'm just talking about the good part that I know about. Some of the most dedicated folk when it comes to helping the needy, feeding the homeless, all of that. And that's really what's coming through here. You are looking for that type of devotion and loyalty to you, Taurus, because you're tired of people bullshitting and half-assing around. So the part with that is that you're kind of trapped in fear because you've been bullshitted around so much. That the Fool is even on the table means that you can let some of this go. And in order for you to move forward, you're going to have to come out of this. That's just, there's the positive movement forward with the Fool on there. If you're trying to have positive movement forward, you're going to have to take a risk. Hold that thought. On the back end, it's the Queen is sexy and self-confident. Some of y'all are making changes. And not just inward, outward changes. Getting haircut, thinking about getting haircut, thinking about doing something different. Those of you that don't have access to the beauty salon just yet, you're thinking about what you're going to do when you get in there. And the change, because that's really what we're talking about. The change is good, Taurus. Do not fear the change. And do something that's going to make you feel good about yourself. This is hanging out in your overall energy, and this is really kind of what's moving you forward right now, thinking about what changes you need to make so you can be more confident about what you're doing. And it's a perfect energy to do it. You got all these planets sliding around backwards and sideways and shit. This is good energy to be thinking about. What can I do different? What changes can I make that will still help me to feel as confident as I possibly can, but make me stand out from the crowd? And if you just look at the colors, that turquoise and that funky kind of sounding red, come on now. We're talking about standing out, standing your ground, standing out in a good way, not in a negative way, but in a good way. And so y'all are thinking about that. That's not a bad thing. So we already talked about the devil and the awareness. It all kind of ties in. Don't be so trapped in fear that you forget what you know, and don't be so trapped in fear that you don't take a risk. If you feel like this is twin flame energy, and I don't know why I'm talking about twin flames, but here it is. If you feel like this is twin flame energy, and this is the person, this is it, take that risk. Take that risk. If you feel like the person is going to be that loyal and that dedicated to you, take the risk. Don't not take the risk. Now, if you can see the red flags popping up out the ground before you even get out the gate, let that be what it is. But if there is room there where you see improvement has been made, or it could be you too, Taurus, if you feel like you've improved since you got into whatever little hoo-ha this might be, take the risk. Take the risk, you guarantee positive movement forward. Doesn't happen like that all the time, so don't not take the risk. This over here, as you are looking at the things that you are trying to achieve as far as your hopes and your wishes, there may be some heartache and loss, and not so much in the physical world, but in remembering. See, this is air energy. You chasing the horse, chasing the horse type shit. Memories of how you got to this point. Yeah, memories of how you got to right here. That heartache and loss, the heartache and loss you've had to go through. So some of you, like I said before I started the reading, you may be running into exes. and they may be coming in with all kind of stuff, you know, and dealing with people from your past. That's what happens. Some people are going to try, let me put it this way, they're going to try and climb on your star. That's the best way I know how to put that. They are going to literally try and slide your butt over and get in on your star, because they see, since the heartache and loss, you ain't just all tripped out and shit. You're actually daydreaming and trying to make shit better and thinking bigger. So somebody might try and get on your star with you. The caution there is the same as it is with getting back into a karmic situation. You see red flags, you know, do not hesitate to move that arm and slap them up off your star. Just that simple. This is major energy. So if this person did bring up some type of heartache and loss in the past, if they cheated or did some other funky shit, you know, there again, if you see the red flags, this is not, like I said, this is not the group. If you are dealing with exes coming back, this ain't the group that's like, ooh, I sure would like to get back. No, this ain't that group. This is not that group. This is the group you went, you know what, okay, bye, miss me with that. Just know who it is trying to climb up on your star. If you want them there, I said that right, despite whatever heartache and loss they may have brought to you in the past, then okay, you think there's been enough change. However, if they trying to hop in there and you see red flags, like I said, don't hesitate to get your foot, your arm, whatever, slap them up off your star and keep it moving. Don't let them impede your forward progress. You got 3 major cards right there. So to me, that's indicative of someone trying to come back. Some of you needing to take the risk, give the relationship a chance, particularly, again, talking about twin flames. And twin flames, sometimes you get them flames together and they just burn out. So take your time going through this as well. 4? And the 5 major cards on the table, Taurus. What y'all doing? So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or any other day this week. I like her today. I don't know. I usually don't like her. I usually call her the crazy, insane lady with the hot pink card. That's not what she's doing today. Some of you may be looking back on the past. That's the energy coming out of here. You see her kind of looking through her little crystal ball there and looking at some things. And you may realize, it's all kind of tying itself up together, there is room for forgiveness. Maybe you didn't forgive, or maybe you weren't forgiven. It will be there. Whatever part of forgiveness you want, giving it or getting it, it will be there. And this is about looking at the details. You know, a lot of times when we break up with people or when we let people go, we miss details. There's things that, you know, going on we didn't know about. All we knew was the person we were trying to get away from was just acting a stone ass fool. And yeah, I had deuces, I had to go. Look at the details. Get in there. And I think for a lot of you, you're not going to have to dig. It's going to just show up for you. Again, we come back to this energy. Somebody coming back. Somebody representative of heartache and loss. Trying to climb up on your star. Look at the details. And maybe there's some forgiveness there. That doesn't mean you have to get back together with them. But you may need to just close whatever chapter it is. And the part of that is being forgiving or being forgiven. Work that out. Your centerpiece, your challenge, stand your ground. Don't get all up in your head with some shit and overthink it. It's Mercury retrograde, so you're going to be inclined to do that anyway. Don't do it. Stand your ground. Stand your ground. Don't get into this circular thinking just because the planets is going backwards and sliding around and skating and shit. Don't get into this circular thinking, well, maybe, and if I do it, if I come on the other side of it, but if I do it, I'll blow all of that out. Stand your ground. Do not hesitate. Do not show any kind of indecision. Do what you need to do. You ain't got to roar or grumble. You ain't got to sharpen your horns and run through the just a low growl, and just stand your ground and let it be what it is. Stay out of your head on that. You will not make any progress during this retrograde period if you are way up in your head overthinking, chasing your thoughts, trying to catch up with some, just let it go. The 8 of Cups with the emotional withdrawal, for some of you, coming out of emotional situations, coming back to yourself, getting up off of them cups. You might be dealing with a Pisces, a Cancer, or Scorpio, getting up off that emotional and putting yourself on some firmer ground. It may require you to emotionally withdraw. Just saying. If you are dealing with a water sign and they don't understand why you are withdrawing, you're trying to get some balance. Temperance card showed up while I was shuffling, I think. And temperance is just about that, temperance. Bringing some balance back into your life, not so much with the emotional. It doesn't mean if you are dealing with a water sign, it doesn't mean you don't love them anymore. It means that you're trying to bring yourself some peace. And sometimes in order to do that, you need to withdraw emotionally for a hot second to get yourself back on stable footing. Get to the completion with the King of Swords. Some of you in business, you may be coming to the end of a deal. Those of you that are contracting, you may be coming up on the end of your contract. If there is going to be any kind of renewal, you'll probably hear about it in the next week or two. Those of you that don't want to renew, it might be in your better interest not to. So depending on how that works for you, how that's resonating for you, always listen to your intuition, particularly in business. If your stomach get that big hole in it and you feel like you're about to fall out, don't do it. Just don't do it. But follow as best you can, follow your intuition on anything business related. This is next Monday, the environment with the Ace of Wands. Some of you may be dealing with some fire signs, and they may be new coming into your experience. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you may have new co-workers coming. You may have, for some of you, you may even have new friends. Maybe people are getting married, and now you're adding other people to the fold. However this is resonating, this is kind of taking me out to the 1st of July. So you may be meeting some new people may be coming into your environment. And the new, it's a baby, it's a child, and it's fire, and it's a match. And they're like, ooh, new, different, yeah. And these may be different people, they may be different than you. Do your best to welcome them into your experience, however they're coming. For a lot of you, it just feels like it's going to be friends. Your friend base may be changing because of job changes or however that's resonating for you. At the end of all of this, love partnership with the Knight of Wands is asking you to stay a little spontaneous dealing with love situations. Venus still doesn't go directly to the 25th. So if you're not dealing with something on the redo side, newer situations might require a little youthfulness. It's kind of what that's all about, him being youthful and spontaneous. Excuse me. Whew. And in the moment. Some of you need to get your heads, again, that is sitting kind of corny, so this ain't no mistake, in your heads, kind of just running around, chasing your thoughts around. Dealing with love partnerships, you may need to be a little more present and in the moment. If you are dating potential new people, I would definitely wait until after the 25th to make anything official. Experience has told me starting new relationships with Venus retrograde is just like asking for your car to be stolen. That's about what it is. It just don't work. Going back and reviewing old relationships while Venus is retrograde is a good thing. And if you're dealing with an old relationship with Mercury retrograde, that's double the fun. Old situations that come back in this kind of atmosphere with all these retrogrades is really the universe, for some of you, giving you a gift. Things may not have worked out the first time. There may have been cheating, may have been a whole lot of stuff going on. It just didn't work out, and so now you're getting a chance to get the redo. If it's worth it and you don't see any major red flags and you think you can make a go of it, do it, because this is a good opportunity. Those of you that have that Hierophant energy hanging over your head, like, I'm looking for commitment, and an ex is in your midst right now, and they're trying to talk you up and chat you up, and you think it might be worth it to try it one more time, do it. Take that risk. Take that risk. Let's see what we got from the Oracle. See the solution. See the solution. Some of you talking about relationships, especially moving out of the emotional and onto a little more solid ground. You may be trying to solve something, bring something back into balance, whether it's work or kids, relationship. See the solution. Whatever you're trying to manifest, don't get to the details. What's your end result? What do you want to see happen? What's the ultimate thing? You want everybody living in the house together. You want 2 of the kids in college. What is it that you're trying to manifest? You and your honey trying to manifest vacations or buying investment property. What's that end result? See the solution. When you see the end result, the rest of it will kind of fall into place for you. Details for relationships, yes. But bigger issues surrounding more people, get to the end of that. This right here. Details in intimate relationships. Let me put that like that. See the solution is across the board with everybody. Whatever it is you're trying to manifest, get to the end of it. What is it that you're trying to see at the end? What does that look like? Brand new car, new house, new job. What's it look like at the end of it? Call on your angels. Those of you that are struggling right now, trying to get balance, trying to get out of your head, trying to be a little more in the moment, call on your angels. You're worrying and stressing and shit over shit you don't have no control over. Call on your angels so they can help you and answer questions that you need answers and help you find solutions to the things you're trying to find solutions to. You know, it just show up in that. This is just like the other card that was showing up. But cloak yourself in light. It shows up every day now. What the hell? Do what you need to do before you walk your butts out the door. You know, it ain't nothing but universes. Cover me in your light. Jesus, whoever it is that you're praying to, whatever you're doing, just make sure you cloak yourself in light. It's no big deal. You ain't got to stand in the middle of the floor and turn around 50 times. Just ask the Creator, ask the universe to cloak you in light. Let's see. I just will pull the Rebel cards. See what the Rebel cards got to say. Ooh, I'm ahead of time. Who knew? Watch what you say. That mouth of yours could start some shit. Watch what you say. Now, I'm going to say this. Say what you need to say, but maybe watch how you're saying it. Somebody, again, it's Mercury retrograde coming up. So, you know, yeah, watch what you say, because people are going to be prone to just misinterpret, misconstrue all the misses. They're going to come up with it about what, something you said, and they just, I would say from now to the end of July, just bite your tongue for a hot second. Just hold on to it, because people are not listening. And believe it or not, a lot of people are not present. They're thinking about 50 other things other than whatever it is at hand. So be patient, but in that, watch what you say, because everybody's not going to hear you the same or the right way. So especially in political discourse, people trying to have that conversation out in public, just watch what you're saying. Love. Get some, give some. It will cheer your ass up. Love. That's coming back to this up here. These karmic little situations got going on. At the end of the day, it's about love, isn't it? It's about who you love and how you love them. If you can get back into an old relationship, especially if it was one that maybe you didn't particularly care about, but you see a glimmer of something going on right now. It's all about the love. How do you feel in your heart? Stop fucking whining. No one wants to listen to that shit. Complaining makes you weak. You have the strength to change your world, so do it. Stop fucking whining. No one wants to listen to that shit. Complaining makes you weak. You have the strength to change your world. Do it. Whoever that applies to. If you've been in that mode where you've been kind of bitching and complaining and irritable and just crap ass about everything, it's your life. It is definitely your life. If there are changes that need to be made, you can make them. It's your show. I did a reading earlier and I told the young lady the same thing. It's your life. Nobody else's life. Do what you want. If it's going to make you happy and make you less grumpy and make you less irritable, coming right back here to get with boo things and do it. Just do it. That's where your heart is, and you can see that at least out the gate you're not going to get hurt, or the person has made some changes, however that's resonating. If you think it's worth a second chance and that's where your heart is, talking about love, stop whining. Hey, do what's good for you. Taurus, I'm going to leave it here. I hope everybody has a good week. Stay safe. I love y'all. Bye.